All right, thank you for the person that put in the comments that YouTube is banning conspiracy videos. They've probably been doing this for a while. They just have the balls enough now to like say that that's what they're doing. But, or stop, I'm sorry, they're going to stop recommending conspiracy videos. Okay, well, who decides what the conspiracy is? You know, that's all you have to ask yourself. Who watches The Watchmen? Who watches The Watchmen? Nobody. Because The Watchmen want complete power, right? You know what else that I've noticed that they're doing that's really annoying? If you mention a certain school that starts with an S and rhymes with book, which shall not be named in this video, hence the algorithms that therefore may squash this video. But you know, if you do a search like that, then they'll have a Wikipedia link under the window. Have you guys noticed that? That tells you, right? So, or they'll have like, if you look up chemtrails, then they'll have, oh, well, here's a Wikipedia link for contrail, or Encyclopedia Britannica link for contrails. Or if you can look up 9/11, they'll have a link below the window that pops up to kind of like, you know, steer your brain in the direction that they want you to think. Which is not really creepy for somebody like me because I can see through that, but it's creepy for like teenagers that want to see that stuff, or it's creepy in the sense of like English people that are learning English. And as somebody that's learning languages myself, I know when you're learning a language, you kind of have certain sources that you're comfortable going to because you don't really know any better. So when I'm looking at certain things for Spanish or Chinese, I'm just like, oh, that website. Like I'm not well versed in that language enough to actually go and like do really deep digging, you know. So these are people here too that are learning English. I noticed too, the whole English agenda, I mean, I should do a video on that, but the English, I have mixed feelings about it, right? Because I do believe that we need to have a lingua franca, which means a common language that everybody on the planet knows so we can communicate with each other more effectively. And it just happens to be, it seems like English, okay? I don't know why it's not Spanish, because Spanish has conquered a lot of countries too. There are more than 20 countries that speak Spanish. So people that want to be like, English is the white man's language, blah, blah, blah. So it's Spanish, dummy. Like Spanish people, Spanish comes from, Spain is in Europe. It's not like in Africa, right? So they came over and conquered like, I don't know, like a whole continent and a half where most of the people speak Spanish. And then they still speak Spanish in Spain. But I'm going on a tangent. So anyway, for whatever reason, English is the lingua franca. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that they've conquered a lot of places, but I'm just, you know, I think about that. I was like, why isn't it Spanish? Because Spanish has conquered a lot of places too. Maybe it has to do with the Western world and they're mainly dominant in English. Anybody know the real answer to that? Let me know. But I'm guessing it has to do something with the, you know, conquering. But that's just what happens when, you know, when you conquer a country, you don't, you know, whoever conquers whatever country, your language is taken away, your religion is taken away, and you assimilate to whoever is control of you. That's just who what do they say? The winners write history, right? Africans don't speak a lot. Africans speak French now. Right? A lot of Africans speak a mixture of French and their native language, if those are even able to be same. Language constantly evolves, and depending on who is ruling over you, you're gonna mix with your language. Like even English, you know, it was derived from the Saxons and the Jutes, and I think it was one more tribe that came over here, but it's a Germanic language. And then, you know, through the years, it was influenced by French and Latin, and, you know, and then other languages are still influencing English. One of the reasons why too English is the lingua franca is it's constantly evolving. It's not really being monitored like other languages. Like I think Spanish and French, they have like committees and people really strictly dedicated to make sure the language stays within a certain parameter, right? English is constantly evolving. Anyway, that's my nerd tangent for today. But why? Oh, I was talking about brainwashing in English. So, you know, as a language learner, I have certain go-tos that are easy and comfortable for me. And if you're a person that English isn't your first language and you're learning English, you're probably going to go to like Britannica or Wikipedia or National Geographic or Scientific American, or CNN or BBC, like some of these well-known news organizations or news articles or newspapers or sources of information that claim to be non-biased, but they totally are, and they totally lie. So it's easy to brainwash non-English speaking people through these sources. Even if they're really intelligent, it has nothing to do with their intelligence, but it has to do with the fact of how well they're able to function in a different language, right? So it's really disturbing that they're putting these little tags under. I've noticed that now too. So this is within the past few months. So I know it seems like there's this process. They're probably going to start, they can't technically like erase stuff off YouTube, but they can like not recommend it, right? And once they so then when people do a search, like if I'm talking about a video about 9/11 or something, my video will be like, I don't know, 10 pages, 20 pages, or if it shows up at all, because most people aren't going to look that far. And then they'll have like a SciShow video or something with that annoying ass guy with the glasses. That's like 9/11. This is what happened. Some people think that they're conspiracy theories, but like they have that annoying, like that cut, edit style, and they'll have a guy with the green screen and the glasses to make you think, they're all smart and stuff, telling you the truth about what really happened. And those crazy conspiracy theorists, don't believe them. Don't believe anything that you hear other than what I say, because I'm the truth teller, and it's so annoying. So those people, younger people and people that are struggling or don't have, that have an appeal to authority complex or are struggling, that don't have a really good grasp on the language or aren't confident enough to challenge it, they're going to buy into that stuff. So I also think they're probably going to start just taking certain videos down. They're already doing that, but I've been trying to save many things as I can, before that happens. And then, if you guys are starting channels, I would recommend that you at least, it's hard to keep all the social media, but I would say you at least start building your audience on like other channels, because one day we might wake up and our channels will be gone. They'll just decide that, we're saying too much truth or too much of a threat, and then they'll cut us out, and then we'll have to go somewhere else. And then they'll make it maybe even so we can't even use a different email, like they can read our IP address, so we can't, you know what I mean? Like they're really trying to cut the truth out, because the truth is, the good news is that we're winning because they can't win on their arguments alone, so they have to cheat, right? The fake news media can't admit fault and admit that they're wrong and stop their lying. And what they do is, if you question things, they call us conspiracy theorists, and they try and erase us basically. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that. You should actually start saving what you can. I'm not trying to be gloom and doom. I'm just trying to be, tell you guys to be prepared if you guys don't really know what's going on. So make copies of videos that you think have knowledge or proof of something that you would probably need to show to somebody in the future, and copy those, right? Books, PDFs, pictures, interviews, documentaries, anything. Make copies of those and save those offline, before it's too late. And who knows, knock on wood, I mean, we're not going to be dependent on this technology forever anyway, so I would say learn as much as you can, because all of this could be gone. So we just might wake up one day and not have an internet. We might not have electricity. What are we going to do then? So then you're going to have to rely on yourself to spread the knowledge that you know and hear to other people. So really, get as much as you can in here, save the stuff, and then get as much as you can in here, and try and explain it to people in a way that they could, or explain what you know to people. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, because I think honestly, at the end of the day, it's even going to come down to that more than it's going to come down to the stuff that they're erasing off the internet. So I hope I didn't go on too many tangents in that video. I think I did, but I hope you guys learned something. And yes, join my backup channel, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, peace, true love, guys. Bye-bye.